In 1980, AC/DC was reeling from the loss of their friend and frontman, lead singer Bon Scott. But the band's founding members, Angus and Malcolm Young, were not going to let AC/DC die with him.
Malcolm and Angus decided that we should just steam on.
We all agreed that the last person that would want to see it fold would be Bon.
Finding a lead singer to replace Bon Scott was a daunting task. Bon's powerhouse voice and unabashed showmanship had been central to AC/DC's success. Their search led them to Brian Johnson.
I saw them on television, a program called Rock Goes to College.
They are, of course, AC/DC. They're just about to start a tour.
I was just transfixed with Angus and Bon. And these two guys up the front were two of the greatest characters I think I'd ever seen, you know, especially Angus, you know, with his antics. And I was hooked.
Brian auditioned for a band that was feeling mixed emotions about replacing a friend they had buried only a month earlier.
There will never be another band, but Brian walked in one day for an audition. He just felt really comfortable with him, and again, he could sing his balls out.
AC/DC hired Brian in April of 1980 and got down to the task of making their first album without Bon Scott. The music of the album, its title, and its cover were all dedicated to Bon's memory.
We wanted just a simple black cover. We wouldn't have even done him justice in words. Also, even, you know, with the bell and the beginning, the Hell's Bells, was our own little tribute.
We were determined to make a good album, you know, to make the thing work. Not to prove ourselves, but to show we could still get the unit cranking.
I obviously was still thinking about Bon. You know, I remember Brian remarked a couple of times that how it was kind of eerie for him.
During the emotional sessions for Back in Black, Brian Johnson stepped up to the microphone and into Bon Scott's shoes.
I remember just going up there and just crossing my fingers and just belting my lungs out as high and as hard as I could with as much feeling as I could. I mean, I wanted to impress these guys.
As Brian and the band prepared for the upcoming Back in Black tour, there was apprehension about how their new lead singer would be accepted by the fans.
It was the first time ever I'd be singing some of Bon's songs. Nerve-wracking it was real nerve-wracking.
Brian was very worried, you know, at the time, and but we thought, well, you just hang in there, Brian. You just do what you do best.
The fans were still with AC/DC, and now there would be millions more of them. Released in the summer of 1980, Back in Black sold 16 million copies to become one of the 10 best-selling albums in rock and roll history.
To come back that strong with a new vocalist is an absolutely remarkable feat for them to accomplish.
She was a fast machine, she cut the motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen.
AC/DC's musical memorial to Bon Scott hit the top 5 on 3 continents, and that fall, Back in Black spawned the band's first top 40 single.